for any for a movie acquire shonko at the Ghana politics of the so. The best Obibia Safi and opportunity case so. Like a share, subscribe to the channel and say be a political trending news we are piano. Ghana politics of the so depends on the bread and better for and the soon for. And your political highway is on the semi brave and a small cote. In so many being senses, say, a year, Matthew Poco in the names a friend in Napo on what called Plaster House. Befin's boyfriend a Jubilee House. Oh, and this is here, a year. I see a dunketia and the Julius Debramo agent or more como. The Muyan took Boakye, Abba Pamano, every honor or catchings, uncle, no uncle junction, and any debris. Abba Pamano, every one, and other get to Accra. Or Shebu movie him say, a year, Matthew, Opoko Brempeno, Tata, a year. I see a dunketia, and any other get to Accra. Or I see a dunketia to expression, and I just say M1. So was a connoisseur. Kofi Boakye every key action or Pamano every year. Flagstaff House on my Odinachi at the PA. In a video ya and Koso. It will be a assay. A coupon sham. Sorry, Yes, sir. But let them bring forward. These are some of the reasons in here. The president Donald Trump edit sa proclamation way abba legal authority. It invokes the president's authority under the Immigration and Nationality Act (INA). INA, particularly sections that allow suspension of entry when deemed detrimental to U.S. interests. Basically, Obibeka say, where the president no to me and the constitution no emano your act we are your friend Immigration and Nationality Act and no na president ni gina so and the ordinary no asem abetu bia say inkro bebre Africa mu a omo pese omo mo kwan ema omo mu nipa no dodo no ewura America na say omo ba America ebi mo ho a 50-50 tabono no enda omo so saa edo omo so kakra na yapagya ne kakra ebi so ho a tabono no ato omo so pa sebio o ekronim na say eho na wo free a na wo Africa untumi ewura United States of America. Now yeko enim no team stay with me. Pieces of the statement no and I may try to let you. Now the next one now OSHA document ni moi. This is what it says. It's from the White House. Section 2. Continued full suspension of entry for nationals of countries of identified concern. The entry into the United States of nationals of the following countries continue to be suspended and limited as set forth in Proclamation 10949 and herein subject to the categorical exceptions and case-by-case waivers described in Section 6 of this proclamation. Inti America for say San Crowe the Omoka nyina say this San Crowe San Crowe almost suspend omo sa in Crowe ya omo Africa no almost suspending Crowe nyina omo di mudwuma but for now no de San Crowe nyina almost suspend omo e ho na wo free a untumi emfree ho emba America these countries Afghanistan ka ho Burma ka ho Chad ka ho Samira Bawumia krom Republic of Congo ka ho Equatorial Guinea ka ho Eritrea Haiti
Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. In these countries there, America say, the tabona to almost they cannot, their citizenry, they cannot come into the United States. Exceptional cases, they might waive these restrictions. But for now, these countries, the restrictions have been placed on these countries. This is what is happening now. Let us move forward with the information. Na aka ewo a statement a free White House eba abontino. Now uko wenima. It says this: countries affected. Countries now affected. No. The proclamation targets specific countries that have been assessed as failing to meet U.S. security criteria. While the document does not list them in the summary, it implies that these nations either, one, do not share sufficient criminal or terrorist information with the U.S. Almost say, adikudientia, omujina so ama inkrobi, omo stop omo nationals so omuntumi ra American and say, inkrono omo busomo say, sebio ukro money we no information e wono ho ye pe information bia ayana inkrono twetwe omo na ase omo mpese omo be pene nti eno so emwa America ema omuntumi enhu nipa omo bedi omo ewu ene omo de adwumufin ana adwene bone ebetena kronum nti o se saa nyoma ni bi na wegina so as the president of the republic o gina sa act no so ede tabo no atoto saa nkro no so every say saa nkro no omo nya omo adwene se omo bebiem na omo ne America edinsa wo so se ne ebe ya nipa bi omo free omo nkro mu a omo beba ho no omo behu omo ase omo behu dwuma omo di omo behu se ebia no omo join group bi a omo di ewu ebia omo nya Al-Qaeda fo ebia omo nya nti omo se saa nyoma ni nyina no nkro bebie no empese omo beye nti omo so de omo hu ni se omo pese omo bo omo kro no ho ban omo pese omo bo America ho ban nti saa nkro ni de omo de tabo no ato omo so lack robust passport and identity verification systems. Omo say saa nkro ni bi na omo de tabo no to omo so omo ntumi mma no Africa fo nkro ni bi no omo passport no engina ne na so sebi o de passport no beduru a any bibia kire se passport no e footprint bi a obetumi di ekire ewu se passport we de sebi o ekura odi free so ba no ekuro na giatum senia okuja to black one ende we make sure say chip embedded passport a ye magana for a passport it has been verified around the world oh you know sa statement we ya antis America forecast say holding a national ID card almost say passport verification says almost say lack robust passport and identity verification system. They are specified or they are being specific on the passport because they recognize passport as the only or the most reliable travel document around the world. I'm saying passport ne die say endimu say emunya dia omo hu ni se saa nkuro no omo nipa no omo ntimi trust omo so omo bewura ha e wo se features ne security features na etumi e mo track passport no bebi e free ba ekuro no odi free mu no ekuro ni bibi e passport ni e genuine na se nye genuine data na nkasa e correct data in the saa nyoma ni nyina no omo se ejina so ntina ma eye Africa nkuro ni bi no omo de tabo no ato omo so a omo ntumi empene emma eye omo mba e na omo ka bibi fa pose elevated security risk due to conditions like terrorism or civil unrest. Inti nyoma entumi ma ekuro nyina ne naso nipa bi omo background enye nti omo say edien omo ejina so ede tabono ato nkuro bi so. Now kan krata no ko wenima. This document is from the White House. What copy the any I call? Now, already baby I did read enough for now because we don't want to waste your time. There's a lot I was saying. As soon as the bedin kind every actual in Krona or more restriction or more suspend you more for now. No, Ebine Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. These restrictions distinguish between but apply to both the entry of immigrants and non-immigrants. I know they didn't catch you much. Now, Oko baby I marking red. I'm gonna say, after reviewing the report described in section D of this section, after reviewing the report described in subsection D of this section, and after accounting for the foreign policy, national security and counterterrorism objectives of the United States, I have determined to fully restrict and limit the entry of nationals of 7 additional countries: Burkina Faso, Laos, Mali, Niger, Sierra Leone, South Sudan, and Syria. Sorry. Mamen Sanfa names Libya. This is a statement from the president. Also, after reviewing the report described in subsection D of the section, and after accounting for the foreign policy, national security, and counterterrorism objectives of the United States, I, meaning the president, I have determined to fully restrict and limit the entry of the nationals of 7 additional countries: Burkina Faso 1, 2, Laos, 3, Mali, 4, Nigeria, 5, Sierra Leone, 6, South Sudan, and 7, Syria. These restrictions distinguish between but apply to both the entry of immigrants and non-immigrants. I have also determined to fully restrict and limit the entry of individuals using travel documents issued or endorsed by the Palestinian Authority. That is PA. Now, I'm going to say, Sankro, insui, America for say, Obu diabeka, inkura no mo hodada, ya suspend yomo, say Sankra me boss ya, Burkina Faso wum, Niger wum, Syria wum, ekrobit Sierra Leone wum, Mali wum no, almost say Sankro win so no, the restrictions ato almost wa, almost no, dia, hu nipa, free, ekro ne so, eba America, any mutim do crampo no so no, almost so, day, share. Now, there is another part of the whole thing. Maybe some really show, the other part of it. Now, who study a year statement na a free the White House buy na. Omo such bibi fufuro bim me besa otiasie eno sunie ene na efa Nigeria ho no o say hwe de ekọ na menkenkan na menjudwam because my meaning can we and some can we. Now, okay, document now. There's one part of the document besides where they do. But my minya butere is bit making kanya amomatiasia. Now, say after reviewing the report described in subsection D of the section and after accounting for the foreign policy, national security and counterterrorism objectives of the United States, I have determined to continue to partially restrict. See, we see another restriction. Wasadiaba. In the first one, no, we restricted. And they see the all partial, all restricted partially. And to them really chose to see Sierra Leone, Syria, Burkina Faso, Laos, the other 7 countries, or say, or they were restricted where they partially, were restricted partially. Or say, I have determined to continue to partially restrict and limit the entry of nationals of the following 4 countries: Burundi, Cuba, Togo, and Venezuela. Inti sa 4 countries we know almost no restriction and your 4 restriction, a 50-50, a partial restriction, which is Togo, Burundi, Cuba, and Venezuela. Sa countries we a partial restrictions. Uko enima I'll say I've also decided to modify. President Trump and Ekasano, I'll say I have also decided to modify the partial restriction and limitation on the entry of the nationals of Turkmenistan into a country called Turkmenistan. Or say Omonosono, he has also decided to modify the partial restrictions into Omono, no more partial restrictions, I say, into or modify no. We don't know what he wants to do. These restrictions distinguish between but apply to both the entry of immigrants and non-immigrants. Inti wakachiremo moi muwrem ene moi muwrem kura monsam ensisi so. Now, after reviewing the report described in subsection A of this section, and after accounting for the foreign policy, national security, and counterterrorism objectives of the United States of America, I have determined to partially restrict and limit the entries of nationals of the following 15 countries. See, where J. After reviewing the report described in the subsection D of this section, and after accounting for the foreign policy, national security, and counterterrorism objectives of the United States, I have determined to partially restrict and limit the entry of nationals of the following 15 countries: Angola, Antigua and Barbuda, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Dominica, Gabon, the Gambia, Malawi, Mauritania, Nigeria, Senegal, Tanzania, Tonga, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Tonga na nedero. Pipi. Tonga na ai. Inti Donald Trump say, after reviewing the report described in subsection D of this section, and after accounting for the foreign policy, national security, and counterterrorism, to partially restrict and limit, or say partially restrict and limit the entry into, they have partially restricted these 15 countries and limited the entries, meaning some nipa 100 visa ba America, Nigeria, nipa 3. They have partially, and they have done what? They have limited the entries of these countries are omoba America. Into countries partially restrict and almost making sure say entries to the United States limiting no. There are two things no can how. There's partial restrictions and then limitation in the entry. A double silencer. It's partial restriction and the limitations into the amount of visas, the quota, the number of visas they are going to issue and in chrono any DNA say free ekrobi Angola ka Antigua and say another country ka and Barbuda so eka ho yawo Benin a West African country, Cote d'Ivoire ka ECOWAS ho, Dominica, Gabon, the Gambia eka eyedien ka ECOWAS ho, Malawi, Mauritania, Nigeria eka ECOWAS ho, Senegal mu nyina wuram, Tanzania, Tonga, Zambia and Zimbabwe. We mu nyom hwe World Cup ni bi. Tonga, ping. Mr. S, get me Tonga. Tonga. Awoya, tin. Mamba kuna. Ghana we fail in rap no ye feature the failure no. So obeko rapaholic there ankafako ebu noa. Fa ba kuna remix na akwana we fail in music no eka ho. Sa akode. Now, Mrs. You gave me something. Oh, that one was the old one. And, okay, that was the continuation of the man back. And see, as we speak now, no, partial restriction, limitation or limited entry, aka Nigeria, aka Senegal, aka Gabon, sorry, aka Gambia, aka Ekrobi to say Ivory Coast, Jack. Just technically, Ghana nkwana sansem we nyina ankaye busa musa dentra. When you have a government, intelligent relations, when you have a government almost smart in what they do. You see, I'm not for argue so as a nation, you need to collaborate with some other nations. And foreign affairs ministries, you know, the way they basically communicate with the American government, and then maybe our countries when you know America for say they are not supposed to allow them or limit their entry into the United States. Asembia ni paneka. Enti we need to understand say at least enya kura no ya Ghana ni a now your MPP ni na wasantimemu a sebi o yenyi na ebetuma ba America. On the situation I know. And we are Ghana ni a because of the NDC government inti ya restricted Ghana but ya restricted Ghana for. Inti this is something I also catch Ghana ni bia. Imagine you are a businessman and all your business partners are in the United States of America. Now, in the United States of America, now at this point, you the restriction we have. So, 90% of Akuffo here ejuma wa Ghana. Our businesses in America. At this point, Omejuma will still exist. And sometimes right now, idea we know, Sanyuma we know, Sibia Eboa. It is all MPP near and also that a year Okuja to Blakwa. And when any kwasi because Senka enye only leadership, any John Mahama leadership, and restrictions we can why? I didn't think why are we better than Nigeria? No. Are we better than Senegal? No. Are we better than Gambia? No. Are we better than Ivory Coast? No. We are not better than them. But because our foreign relations is better now, internet young for Ghana and Kasa restrictions we let us give credit. Let us understand to say we have a government now that is intelligent, that is working for you. Kwasi ampenyi wo fa tiabrochire. Okwa na wo fa fraud, wo akwohwe wo fa dwuma na waba. Woto na wudi Mahama tem. And Kenya Mahama and a born homodin any America for din sawoso a transparent America.
Nankopon should be a deliberate media with Trump so it will be a Ghana Ghana politics happening so. Guzo already media like share subscribe to the channel so that we are from so every to me akabi. But notification bell so send we are political trending news be at between be also sir a bit makabi. Nankopon should be a deliberate media with Trump so number mom coins me for one see. Akroma.